can also add additional names and then just import it, and it can be automatically reused. So let's use this definition points and save the settings. So when I save the settings, you can see here that we've got different profit for a defined state that we've got in our data set. At least you can do the same, for example, for cities in India, you can, or for districts or regions. But in case when we are talking about regions, it might be slightly better to use shapes. So now let me show you how to use these shapes, how to define them. So I will again, if you click on map, we'll create here a name. So let's use shapes and hit continue. Now I will select an indicator which will be used in this map and hit OK. And now we will need to use another places definition, and it should be shapes. So let me go back to the places definition and show you how the shapes are defined. So I will open this one, this places definition, and here we've got the names of the state. And again, we can go to the detail, and these shapes, you can see the preview here. It looks like this. This is one state, this is Arizona, and it's defined by the GeoJSON. This GeoJSON, they defined the coordinates of each state. You can also here import your own GeoJSONs, which will define, for example, georegions of India. These GeoJSONs, they can be found on some GeoServers, or even if you will have got any troubles with getting these GeoJSONs, just let us know, and we will help you on this, and we will provide you the correct GeoJSON to, for example, for definition of Indian regions or districts or stuff like this. And now, if I select this option with shapes and save the settings, I will just select the correct drill down. Then the value will be displayed as shapes. So here we've got values in different state displayed for different states, and the values are displayed in shapes. We've got here also some additional options. So, for example, you can display the values of the state here, in this case, or values of the attributes which are used in the map. You can also display the values directly in the map. So if I save the settings, then it will be displayed like this. We've got here the name of the state and also the value. And if you would like to change the focus, you can just select the state here in this list. Is this clear? I can see that Samantha has a question. I'm not sure if I understand correctly to your question, but each state has different coordinates. So each state has different shapes. So you need to have defined this GeoJSON here. But these GeoJSONs, they are already, or they are already prepared in on some geoportals, so you can just import them. You don't need to define them manually by yourself. This is define the position, only one position with the shape or via the point. But on our roadmap, we've got integration with a GIS system, and this one, it will allow you to count, for example, to count the destination between two points. If there is any option to change, then it will be saved. But the location of Prague will be, the system will think that the Prague is placed here, so it won't be correct. But yes, you can change this. So is it clear, Samata and Saikumar? Does this answer your questions? Okay, perfect. So we've created these 4 types of views: cards, API labels, tables, and geomaps. And another option, what you can do here, it's not about creating a chart. It's about creating the custom content. It's the next option. So what you can do here, you can just upload an image. This is just very straightforward process. So you will just select image which should be imported, or select image from the image gallery and then use it. You can create your custom content. So, for example, here you would like to define a description of the report. So, in order to do this, you can just use the basic editor and create a description of the report, just like this. You can also put here just some HTML code. For example, you can embed some video, or you can create your own HTML menu of the reports, or create redirection to another pages, just like this. And to do this, you should use this option, show HTML, show source code. If you hit continue and save the settings, then it will be displayed like this. You can change. Here you can change what's the background, what's the color, what's the color of the title. You can also change the formatting of the values, how it's aligned and stuff like this. These options are basically the same as another basic editor, so I don't think that we should focus on this one. Okay, so now we've created a report, and what we should do next is that we should focus, since we've got date values in our source data, I would like to show you how to define the date intervals, or how to use dates in the report. So the first option I will show you here in this chart. I will go to the chart settings, and if you would like to use the date attribute inside the chart or inside the table, you need to use this button with clock, and you can use it to select which date aggregation or time aggregation will be used here. So, for example, we would like to display these values by years. So you select this option by years and hit OK. Then you can see that these values is automatically aggregated for years. But in another case, you would like to display this option as months. So you will just change it to months, confirm the settings, and the values will be displayed by months. then probably